Welcome back to another episode of The Mind of Opex. Is it an episode? Oh, I'm having an episode. No, this is The Mind of Opex, in which we talk about things that are on my mind. So let's dive into it, shall we? I want to talk about freedom. The more I've noticed people crying out for freedom, the more I've realized when I actually talk to these people, they don't actually want freedom. They don't. It's a reoccurring thing that I've noticed over the years, and it's more and more potent in quantity at this moment. People that are up in rage over freedom. Okay, let's dive into it. So the left, right? The left, freedom for pot, legalize this, legalize that, used to be on the side of freedom of speech, you know. They wanted freedom, right? The right, freedom to bear arms, freedom to whatever, right? So we have these statists that are crying for freedom. And how are they going to achieve this freedom? By voting. Now, how are you going to vote in what you want? You're going to need the majority to be on your side. So this is what the problem is. They're picking teams. It's trying to become a majority bullying a minority in order to get something passed for their specific freedom or something banned. All right? So it's either for freedom or to go against freedom. But here's the thing. The organization that you're asking for this privilege of either banning something or wanting more privileges, this organization is designed to steal from you. It's designed to take away your freedom. It's not actually designed to ever give you freedom. It's designed to take it away. I mean, first off, a government, if they're saying that you can do something, that was already freedom. They didn't need to tell you that you could do something. All they're designed to do is to say you can't do something. And to uphold, technically through the courts, not through government, through courts, through police officers, through insurance companies. This is third-party companies or businesses or whatever that actually instill upholding your freedoms. The government doesn't do that. The government doesn't do that. Go to Washington, D.C. Are they fighting for your freedom? No! They aren't fighting for your freedom. In fact, like I said, it's these third-party companies. Okay, so somebody comes in and robs my house. I call the police. Police goes through the court system. Both institutions have nothing to do with the government. Do you understand that? So, the point is I'm getting at is that when I'm asking these people, do you want freedom to have free pot? You know, pot is in the free market all of a sudden. Do you want that? Yes. Okay, what other things do you want to be free for? Well, and then they go through a line, but then, this is what we shouldn't have. Really? It's what you decide, and then you're going to pick up a majority vote behind you, try to get everyone around you to think like you, so you get your thing passed to bully other people that don't want that. I don't think freedom means what you think it means. And I've noticed this over and over and over again, that people need to ask for freedom. The government doesn't give you freedom. The government doesn't give you rights. Look at anything the government has ever given you. This would be called a privilege. The government has given you the privilege as long as it benefits them in some sort of way. All right? So the government's a mafia. They have a monopoly of control of force. They create violence through coercion, theft, locking you in jail, even killing you legally. And it's all under the guise of what's legal and not. Not what's moral or not. So, what is freedom? What is freedom? What are you asking for? Well, freedom is something that you get when somebody else is not involved telling you otherwise. So this would be like if you had an interaction and it's not one-sided, there's no coercion, there's no theft. It's two mutual parties voluntarily agreeing on something. Under contract, word of mouth, whatever. All right? So when you're agreeing to something and there's no coercion, There's no hidden taxes or fees because you read the contract, you both agreed to it, and this is what it is. You know, if I have a leaky roof and I hire a contractor to roof my house, he says, okay, I'm going to bring me and my team. It's going to take us 6 days, and we're going to fix this roof to your liking. Do you agree to this in this contract? You read over the contract. I agree to that. You sign, you pay them money, they do the job. If anything problem happened, well, you don't need the government involved because you have other third-party institutions that you perhaps are paying for. This would be insurance. This would be, there's a police force, right? Like even in anarchy, there can be police, right? Whether that's militia, whether that's actual police officers that are funded, not through a state, but through freedom. So this would be you voluntarily paying for this. So there's ways to go around needing a state, and this would be called freedom. Now, freedom is a moral responsibility, right? So everything in freedom is mutual agreement. This is no one getting harmed during the transaction, and if they did, they would have repercussions. So if I bought my private property, and if you're free to own this private property, you can do whatever the fuck you want with that property, right? If you want to smoke a little bit of pot, if you want to have a little bit of a party, as long as you're not hurting anybody else. You know, of course, there's a noise ordinance, right? That's immoral to be hurting somebody, keeping them up all night when they got to work in the morning, right? So there's a moral obligation with freedom. This is called being an adult, not being babied by the state, in which will grant you a privilege whether they want to or not. So you're electing officials to vote for you. So you're voting for the official's voting on behalf of you, which is generally not behalf of you. So you're looking at a whole Ponzi scheme of people, taxation, etc., in order to control you and to reduce your freedom and benefit them. Now tell me, what part of this Ponzi scheme are you being free? No, if you're a Republican or Democrat, you're not for freedom. You're for the state. You are surrendering to a state because of Fox News, CBS, NBC, what's the other big one? CNN. These people are telling you how to think, and you're repeating the same stupid shit to make you a fucking sheep. You don't want freedom. You want your type of freedom by bullying a majority, or a minority rather, as a majority, into doing what you want to do in a selfish scheme. You don't care about anyone else. They might convince you otherwise that you are helping someone through socialism, but you're not helping anybody. Have you ever seen the sign, "Don't feed the bears"? Because they will be dependent, and they won't know how to fend themselves in real life. When you see those signs, think of welfare, right? So when you're in a social construct, think about it like that. Your money's going to feeding the bears. Your money's going to people not understanding how to fend for themselves as an adult. What is freedom? Freedom is growing up. Take responsibility. You don't need Big Daddy government to take care of you anymore. That is freedom. And freedom is the reduction of the state. And as much freedom as you get means the government is less. That's what freedom is. Is that what you want? Now, a lot of conservatives, a lot of Republicans claim this is what they want. They want a reduction in the state. But unless you are, I guess, libertarian, you're never really achieving freedom. You're just getting a little bit more privileges. If you reduce the state enough to where you don't even think that it's part of your life anymore, you don't even realize it's there anymore, because it doesn't fuck you in the ass every tax season, then we could be on our way to freedom. Freedom is a moral, adult conversation. Not somebody that says, oh, I want to be free to do this. I want to be free to go to that land over there. No, that's not freedom. I think you guys need to understand what freedom is. I think you guys need to have that adult conversation with real adults. Because when you're just saying things, you need to be checked. And that's the only reason I don't like these videos that I make. It's because no one's checking me on things. But I surrender to reason and evidence, and I check myself. Always. What I say, I check. I might make a lot of mistakes making videos like this, but I want to check myself. And I want people to Skype me, let's say, and check me so I can check them, so you guys have a great understanding of what reality entails instead of these delusions. You know, people that believe in the flat earth, right? I know I'm going off topic, but people that believe in the flat earth, this is not because of reason and evidence. It's because somebody has convinced them through retarded notions. Ancient aliens. Blah, 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 blah. Well, this couldn't have been done unless it was aliens. Bullshit. I can think of a million other reasons. You got to check yourself. Because if you start going down this delusion that you want freedom, and that's not actually what you want, then there's an issue, right? You're being untrue. You're being unrealistic. So, ultimately, that's what I want to get at. I want to get at that. Understand freedom. Understand what it entails. Understand it's a moral obligation. It's being an adult. It's taking care of yourself and your loved ones. It's responsibility. That's what freedom is. It's responsibility. And if you don't want to take up responsibility, if you don't want the homeless to take care of themselves and start producing value and wealth in society, well, and you want them to just be stuck down there and being taken care of by the drips of, government, this is the society you're going to get. Congratulations. No one's free. We're all slaves. See you guys.